Hello, and welcome back to my 90 days of lessons from me to you. Um, Sorry, my mic isn't coming forward. Not gonna lie to you, today feeling pretty sleepy today. Today I was gonna come with a lesson here. I have lessons written down, but I figured I'd more so come on here with like a question again. We're in day 45. Congrats, we made it halfway through. I'm very excited, guys. I'm just feeling a little bit low energy. But I guess I want to ask a question, and I want to speak about that question. I want to propose it. What is the point? You know, like, what's the point of this? What's the point of all this that we do? What's the point of waking up every single day, doing the same thing every day? You know, doing the madness, the run around, the all blah blah blah. What's the point of me even getting up every single day and booting up this PC up and loading this software up and talking and asking these questions and trying to give you these lessons? And I don't know. I guess I want to share my point, like what the point of it is for me. It's one, it's a dream. It's a dream for me. It's a dream that I've had since I was a kid, not just, helping people, because that is something that I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to help people, in some capacity. I've always wanted to touch lives, but everything that I do for myself, everything that I do for myself as a child. I look inwards and I look at myself and I'm like, okay, like, would the Don between the ages of 0 to 18 be happy with this? Or, everything I do in life, I do because a past version of me wanted to do that and I didn't do it. Or maybe I did it at one point, but I didn't stick with it, right? So that's my point. That's my why, And I do want to live a life that at the end of it, man, I'm happy with, I want to live a life where at the end of it, I can look myself in the mirror while I'm dying, or, look at my family and be like, I'm satisfied. I'm happy with the way that I chose to live my life. And that's such a key word right there, the way that I chose to live my life. Because, this is going back to the people pleasing aspect of myself. I used to be such a heavy people pleaser, and I still can be from time to time. But, as I'm growing and getting older and making my own choices and becoming independent, I'm realizing that every single thing that I do in life, in some capacity has to be for me. And that's not to look at it from like a selfish point of view, because giving back, making this channel, sure, it's for me, but it's also the fact that, I want to give back to people. Whenever I volunteer, I used to volunteer a lot in college. I didn't, I will admit there were aspects of it was doing it for me. I was doing it to improve my resume, make myself look better as a candidate. But I feel like we demonize this idea of doing things for yourself, living for yourself. And I don't think we should as much as we do, because it's so great to live this selfless life. I mean, the Bible tells you to live a selfless life, and, listen to it, listen to it, live a selfless life, live a life free from, your own greed and things of that nature. But it's like, what if it's not coming from a place of greed? What if it's coming from a place of happiness? I know that when I say that, it kind of sounds weird because you have to suffer to get some of the things that you want, and maybe that could be viewed as not living, life for yourself, but it is. If you suffer through the hardships and the pain that come in life to get to a better outcome, that's doing something for yourself, man. That's doing something to make you happy. When I say that, you should do things for yourself, I mean do the things that make you happy. Do the things that bring you joy and peace in your life, man. Like volunteering, I'm very passionate about that, because I'm very passionate about people who are less fortunate, especially homeless people. So, I volunteered at a food bank. Sure, volunteering at that food bank, it was for school, but I could have volunteered anything. I could have done literally anything. I could have went to a what do they call it? What's it called? The SPCA, and go volunteer with dogs, and that would have been great. And I love dogs, I love animals, but at the end of the day, I know that I'm passionate about these people who are marginalized, and I know why they're marginalized. Well, I know enough about why they're marginalized and why it's so hard for them to kind of pick themselves up by their bootstraps. So I'm just like, I kind of want to help them out a little bit and things of that nature. So it's like, give back to the world, but also feeding yourself while giving back to the world. There's gonna be points in time where you may give back to the world and you don't feed yourself completely, and I know that kind of sounds antithetical to what I'm saying, but it's a 50-50. It's a 50-50. Everything that you do in life is a 50-50, and that 50-50 moves, right? It's never always perfectly 50-50. At the end of the day, it all kind of balances out if you do it correctly, because I always go by this 80-20 rule. 80% what makes you happy, 20% you learn to live with it. Some days that may go another way. 20% is what make you happy. 80% is what you're gonna have to live with. Because like I said, it's not every single day I'm excited to boot up this computer and talk in front of you guys. But like, at the end of the day, I know this is what I want for myself. This is what I see for my future. So, you know, I have to put in the hard work. It's not every single day I'm happy to open up my phone and record up a TikTok. Like today, I'm not feeling it today. I'm not feeling it today at all. But, you know, after this video, I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to record a video because, you know, you just got to do the things, man. That's the point. The point is just to do the things that make you happy, even if you aren't happy in the moment, you know, and that does reflect back into don't let your mood always control you. But, you know, I guess, like I said, this video is just asking you, what is your point? What is your purpose, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Why do you do it all? Fine, you know, why do you do it all? You don't always need a reason, but I do think for the things that truly matter to you at your core, why do you do it all? And I feel like that's a question that a lot of people need to ask themselves, because that will push you so much more than you think. Because it has pushed me so much more than I thought. You know, for a long time throughout college, my why, my reasoning, it was my parents, it was the woman that I was with and things like that. And just, you know, vanity and personal bragging rights and things like that. And dude, you know, at the end of the day, truly deep down, I wasn't really happy, right? I do enjoy living for other people. I do enjoy making other people happy, especially people that I love, right? But once I truly started doing this almost a year now, dude, this is kind of the happiest I've ever been. This is the most peaceful I've ever been, even with all the turmoil that went on in my life a couple months ago. This is truly the happiest I've ever been. And I can tell you that with certainty. Every day that I do boot this camera up, you know, boot up my PC, even when I'm not feeling it, I'm happy that I do. I'm really happy that I do. And I truly want everybody else to experience that. I want all of us as humans to experience the happiness that comes from finding what your purpose is. And I truly think that I have found my purpose. And whether I make money from this eventually or not, I'm going to keep going, because this is my purpose. This is my point. This is my why. So, yeah. Kind of want to get a little bit deep today. I know that's a very surface level deep, but I do want you guys to, I guess I'm kind of giving you homework. I want you to think about, what is your why? What is your point? So, yep, that's today's video. And as always, seek God in every single thing that you do, and always put him first. And love yourself before you love anybody else. And if there's nobody out there that loves you, I love you. But there's somebody out there that loves you. And I will see you guys tomorrow.